Hello guys, welcome back to another video. As always, I am so excited to have you guys here. It feels so weird to be filming again. I have not filmed a video in almost 2 weeks, which actually has been really nice for just being more present and mindful in my life. Basically, my camera broke. It had been giving me trouble for a few months. I was having issues with the card reader. Do you want to come off the couch? No? Okay. Okay. But basically, I had to take it out and reinsert it a bunch of times just to get it to work. But I just kept putting off getting a new camera because one, I didn't really want to spend the money. And two, I am just an incredibly indecisive person. It's really hard for me to make a decision and just stick to it. So I just kind of kept putting that off. But once I came back from New York, I filmed one video and then the card reader just completely stopped working. And I ended up just going to the camera store. And I'm someone where if I'm not an expert in the field, I will just go to someone and find someone who is, give them my situation, give them as much information as possible, and then ask for their opinion. So basically, that's what I did. I went to the camera store. I told them what camera I had been using, what I liked about it, what I didn't like about it. I told them basically the type of videos that I filmed, and they basically said that if I wanted to upgrade, I could just switch to a Canon R50, which is basically the new version of the M50, which I had before. So that is what we are filming on. With that being said, this is going to be a little bit of a test video. I played around a little bit with the settings. I am definitely not a tech person. I like to keep it very, very simple. I'm using like autofocus, auto exposure, all of those things because I just don't even want to do that. Just keep that in mind when you're watching the videos. I'm sorry if things are going in and out of focus or the lighting isn't great and stuff like that. I feel like I just need a few videos at least to get my grip on this. Hopefully the learning curve won't be too steep because he did say it was really, really similar to my old camera. Again, is why I bought it. I didn't want to buy anything that was going to be super different and I was going to have to learn a bunch of different stuff. Just because right now I don't have the mental capacity to spend a lot of time and energy on figuring out a new camera. There's a lot of stuff going on in my life right now, which I'm really, really excited about. And that's some of the stuff that I want to share in this video. It is Saturday morning. I thought I'd take you guys along for a little weekend in my life. I don't typically film on the weekends just because I feel like I want the weekends to chill and relax. But I thought that it would be a good thing to film. Plus, I kind of need to film something because I haven't filmed any footage in 2 weeks and I need a video to post. In terms of the plans for the weekend, I have some good plans. If you guys watched my last video, my post-vacation reset, I talked about wanting to make my apartment a little bit more homey. I moved into this apartment about 2.5 years ago. I got the base furniture. I got like a table and a chair and a couch and a coffee table and all that kind of stuff, but I didn't really do any decorating apart from like the 2 pictures that I have behind me. But even my dining room wall is still blank. All the walls in my bedroom are blank. Basically 2 plants as my decoration, and that's it. And I feel like I've just been putting off decorating and making my apartment just feel a little bit more homey. I think that it's because I know that I'm not going to live here forever. Like obviously this is not my end living situation. This is not my forever house, like nothing like that. But it is the apartment that 22-year-old me would have dreamed of. If you had told me that I would live like a 7-minute walk from my work, that I would have a balcony and a bathtub and a nice kitchen, I just wouldn't have believed you. Which is also crazy because if you had told 20-year-old me that she would be living downtown Toronto, I would have been like, oh my gosh, we had to move back to Canada. I would have been so sad that time. I thought that I was going to live in Arizona forever. So it's just crazy how everything evolves. But going back to the original point, I do want to make this feel homey because I don't want to feel like this is a time in my life or a place that I'm just passing through. I want to make this feel like a homey apartment, and for the foreseeable future, I'm not going to be moving out of this place. So I might as well make it a place that I love and I love to spend time in. Remembering that it's okay to invest time and energy into making a place feel good just because I want a place to feel good and I want to feel homey. I feel like I'm such a logical and what's the word I'm looking for? And also just reminding myself that it's okay to decorate and put time and energy and money into making a place beautiful just because it makes you happy. But in terms of what I actually want to do, I definitely want to get more houseplants. I have so much room on my balcony, and a big thing with my balcony is that it doesn't get a lot of great light even in the summer. So I'm gonna have to figure out what plants are gonna be able to grow on there. Definitely want to go to the gardening store and the plant store. I just want to keep thinking about different ways that I can make my space feel really cool and kind of discovering my style. Been watching a lot of YouTube videos on decor and kind of like the rules, not the rules, but the good practices to make decor look good and look correct, because this is somewhere where I just don't have a lot of expertise or knowledge. So the learning curve is very, very steep. One thing she did say was that limitations will be your best friend. And I feel like you can apply this to anywhere in your life. I feel like we're all drowning in decision fatigue because our society just has so many choices for so many different things, and you can kind of get stuck in that analysis paralysis. And one video was talking a little bit about how the actual limitations that you have in your apartment or your space can actually be the blessing, because it's going to really limit what choices you have, which for me is going to be blessing, because I am someone who needs to explore every option and get stuck in analysis paralysis. It's really, really hard for me to make decisions, which just kind of leads you to never making a decision, and then you feel stuck in life. And I feel like, again, you can apply this to any area of your life, not just home decor. I'm gonna head out to the gym and just do a really, really quick full body workout. Lately, I've just been keeping my workouts super short because in the summer, I just tend to get so much movement throughout the day. My step count almost doubles in the summer. End up walking around a lot more, so I feel like I just don't need to do very long workouts. I get in, I do my strength training, and I get out. Also, my gym is in like a basement, and I'm just like, I don't want to spend a lot of time in this dark basement in the summer when it's beautiful and sunny out. It's gonna be a good weekend, but I'm gonna head out to the gym and then I will catch up with you guys a little bit later. All back from the gym. I just did a body shower and did my skincare. I'm just gonna make up some breakfast. I'm gonna make the same breakfast I've been having on repeat. It is just whole grain sourdough toast with some cottage cheese, avocado, hard-boiled eggs. I'll usually have it with some sort of fruit, usually berries or cantaloupe, just because it's been in season and they've been really good, but I'm all out of fruit. So no fruit this morning. And then I'm just gonna do some research and planning for my garden. Before I have breakfast, I am just gonna take some of my betaine. I love this. It's so great for just a really gentle digestive support for me. So I'm gonna have that and then have breakfast, and then I'll catch up with you guys later. Just been going down rabbit holes and watching videos on gardening and how to build a garden, and a thought pattern that kept coming up for me was, wouldn't it be so much nicer if I had so much more space and a bigger budget and I could grow my own food? Because a lot of these videos are mentioning how you can build a garden that can be a little bit more sustainable and help you grow your own food, and we also know that that's beneficial for our health and to have that connection to our food and where our food comes from, right? Like all of those things. I kept getting frustrated because I'm like, well, I just don't have the space or the budget to do any of that. And then I kept asking myself, okay, but if I did, would I have the knowledge and the skills to execute on that? And obviously not. Like if I'm struggling to figure out how to put together this tiny garden on my balcony, I probably would not have the skills or the knowledge to have a huge garden where I can grow my own food. And I feel like this is a thing that happens in other areas of my life where I get frustrated that I don't have this big project or this thing to work on. And then I ask myself, if I had that, would I have the skills and the knowledge and the systems in place to actually execute on that? And a lot of the times the harsh answer is no. Just something to keep in mind, especially if you're hesitant to start something because the circumstances aren't perfect or the end goal is not going to be what you want. The end project for this garden is not going to be a big garden where I can grow my own food. It's probably going to be a very small garden that I'll have to work really hard to maintain, but that's okay because it's just a stepping stone and it's giving me skills. Maybe I'll use these skills, maybe I won't. But I think that I'm just learning more and more the importance of just investing in the process, investing in myself, and just trying to find more joy and more fun in the process. I just wanted to share that because I feel like that thought came up so many times when I was watching videos. I did text my boyfriend and we have to be down at Due West Fest for about 4, so we'll see what we get up to in the next few hours between then and now. out for almost 2 hours. I've gotten my 10,000 steps for the day, which is great. I just went to the gardening store and honestly just looked around trying to find what plants grow well in shade or partial sun. I think that I'm gonna have to just get plants that grow well in shade, and I think I'm just gonna start out with 3 plants. I don't think I'm gonna be too ambitious. I think I'm just gonna do a really small garden, but we're gonna go back tomorrow and pick them up when we have my boyfriend's car. And then on my way back, I also stopped at some of the fruit markets and the health food store, so I grabbed some stuff. I'll just show you guys what I grabbed. This was kind of an impulse purchase, but I saw this watermelon at the fruit stand and it looks so good, so I grabbed some of that. They also had organic strawberries and organic tomatoes at a really good price. These were $3.99, which is insane. Like, for organic strawberries, I feel like that is such a good price. And then I also just swung by the health food store and I grabbed some tempeh just because I always get this at a better price there. And then I also just picked up some more of the oats that I use for my banana bread. I think for right now, I'm gonna put these back. I think I'm gonna make a loaf of banana bread because me and my boyfriend split the rest of the banana bread this morning. I think I'm also gonna soak some beans so that I can cook them in my Instant Pot tomorrow. And I think I'm gonna make up a batch of iced tea. So I'm gonna put all these away and then get started on that. And then I'll probably just relax for a few hours until we go to do West Fest. I really don't think I'll spend very much time there. I really like to just go socialize for a few hours and then come home. I don't really like to stay out in the evenings. That's not my style anymore. So I'll go and hang out with people for a few hours and then probably come back. My boyfriend will probably stay out later tonight, but I just can't do it anymore. I can't sacrifice my Sunday mornings.
Cool. Yeah, some of those will be nice.
Got back from Ozfest. It was really fun. I just ended up hanging out there for a few hours and then I biked back and took the dog out to pee. But I think I'm just gonna make some dinner really quick. I think I'm just gonna make some tempeh spring rolls. I'm gonna do that and then probably just shower and relax the rest of the evening. I'll definitely have a piece of banana bread. It was really fun. It's just, I feel like those festivals are not really my vibe anymore in terms of leisure activities. It's not really what I love to do, but it was really nice to see everyone, and I do love just getting out in Toronto in the summer. It's really fun just to kind of like bop around. I also weirdly ran into my brother and his fiance, which was so random. I'm just going to sign off here and then I will see you guys tomorrow. Hello guys, happy Sunday afternoon. I'm all back from the plant store. I was very overwhelmed by all of the choices, but the limitations did really come in handy. So you guys can see I'm on my balcony right now. My balcony, it is midday. It's like 2 o'clock and it's complete shade because I'm basically completely covered by the balcony above me. All shade, so that did limit the plants that I could choose because a lot of them either needed partial sun or full sun, especially for a lot of the herbs and flowers, which is really what I wanted. I wanted to be able to have herbs that I could use when I cook or flowers because they're just really pretty, but most of them were mainly complete sun, which just would not work for me. I did allow myself to buy one basil plant, but I'm not super hopeful for it just because I don't know. I don't think it's gonna get enough sun. Yeah, I told myself that I would get 4 plants, and if I can keep these 4 plants alive for the whole summer, then next summer I will be able to get more. So in terms of the plants that I did end up picking, like I said, I did get a basil plant. I made my dairy-free, nut-free pesto on Friday and it was so good. We had it with fresh pasta. I'm gonna repot it and probably just put it right at the edge, just hoping that it gets a tiny bit of sun. And then I grabbed this plant. I thought that I grabbed black cohosh, but I got black snake root instead. That's okay. Still needs basically full shade. I wanted to get black cohosh because I use that so much in practice. It's great for menopause. And then I did get some hydrangeas just because I love hydrangeas. I think they're beautiful. They also make me feel like a coastal grandmother. And they said that these ones can grow in shade. So fingers crossed we're going to be able to keep these ones alive as well. And then I also just got this one. Apparently this one is really, really easy to keep alive. Apparently it's very low maintenance. So that's what we want. And it said that it was a full shade plant, which is going to be great. These are my 4. I also got some potting soil and then some planters that I'm going to plant them in. Also bought a pot because I have to replant one of my houseplants, which has grown out of its current pot. And I've been so proud that I've been able to keep those 2 houseplants alive. One of them I've had, it was a housewarming gift. So I've had it for almost 2.5 years. I can't believe it's still alive. I'm going to repot this one and the basil. And I'm going to go to the grocery store, do a little bit of meal prep, and then that's probably going to wrap up the video. But let's just get into repotting these plants. Okay, this is the houseplant that I have, but I got this a while ago and it is so low maintenance. Like if you want a houseplant and you don't have a green thumb and you're just looking to get started, I would get one of these because I only water it when I remember, and it's definitely outgrown its container, but it's still looking fine. I'm going to repot it in here.
Soft as the snow, as firm as the pines. In this dance we may never let go.
Before I head out to the grocery store, I am gonna have a cup of the iced tea that I made yesterday. The main herb in this is hibiscus, which I love for just antioxidant properties. It's also got oat straw, which is just such a nice nervous system tonic. And then it's also got burdock and dandelion. I just did a bit of those because the flavors can be really strong and I didn't want it to taste super bitter, but those are great for lymphatic support, liver support, all of those things. So I added a little bit of lemon juice just to kind of brighten it up. And then I did sweeten it with a few drops of stevia, but you could also leave it totally unsweetened. So I'm gonna have a glass of that and then head out to Whole Foods. Okay, that is really good. I feel like this is something that I would have drank as a child. And I know that we're all pining for the feeling of like a 90s summer, and I feel like this feels like a 90s summer to me. Okay, I'm all back from the grocery store. I really didn't have to pick that much up because like I said, I had a lot left over in my fridge from the week, but I will show you guys what I did get. So I grabbed some avocados. I always love to have these on hand. I just keep a constant rotation. I really want to make a pasta salad with the leftover pesto that I have in the fridge. So I grabbed some zucchinis, bell peppers, and I'm also going to use the tomatoes that I got yesterday. So I'm going to use those. And then I did stop by and pick up some fresh pasta. Obviously you could use like a regular or even like a whole wheat or a gluten-free pasta if you want to. I wish they had fresh whole wheat pasta. They don't, they only have white, but I actually just find that this digests the best for me. Something about fresh pasta. Plus I'm gonna add in the white beans and the veggies so we'll have tons of fiber. I'm gonna do chicken thighs, and then that with the beans we're gonna have lots of protein. That is going to be the plan. I think that was everything in that bag, yes. And then like I said, I grabbed some chicken thighs for my protein for that. I grabbed some more of my favorite pressed cottage cheese. This stuff is so good. And then I just grabbed some more eggs. I am gonna hard boil some eggs for the week. Again, like just something I love to have on hand. Just gonna do a little bit of prep. I'm gonna try and get it done pretty quickly. Honestly, I think the longest thing is gonna be roasting the vegetables. Really all I have to do is wash and roast the vegetables, cook the chicken, boil the pasta, boil the eggs, and I think that's gonna be everything. And I am also gonna make up some peanut sauce as well to have with spring rolls this week.
smile the way the moonlight hits your hair. It makes me stare. So take my time and I don't mind, you know, I just wanna be there. I wanna be there. You know I just want you to love me, even when the stars are gray. When a new day is upon me, hoping you will walk away, walk away, walk away. No, I just want you to love me, even when the stars are gray.
I'm actually realizing that as the sun is setting, there is some light that's coming in, like some direct sunlight. So I've just been moving the basil plant every 30 to 40 minutes to help it kind of get into sunlight more. That does bring us to the end of the video. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what you guys want to see more of. Leave a green heart if you did make it to the end of the video, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!